Are you ready to learn how to use social media and some low-cost advertising to grow your business, scale your business? First and foremost, if you can hear me and see me, thank you, Matt Martin. Awesome. Hi there, Alex from Barcelona and Annette. All right. Let me know, what kind of business do you have? I'm always curious to know what kind of business you have. I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I can share with you that I think will help you a tremendous amount. And more importantly, when I got started in real estate, I had training initially. When I got started on using online, I had training. And so I'm gonna give you some training on what I've discovered here. So awesome. Reflexology, digital product. Are you using social media right now to generate leads and sales? And are you using any paid media online or offline to be able to generate leads and sales? A lot of people misunderstand how to use it properly and how to really integrate their online and offline marketing. And so I'm going to give you a whole bunch of stuff that's working for me. I've been doing the online and offline world for many, many years, about 20 years. And so I'll share with you some of the stuff that I have discovered over the last number of years, spending a little bit of money and also spending a lot of money. We've spent up to $7 million a year in online marketing. And so we've learned a bunch of things. I'm going to teach you a few of the fundamentals. And then for those of you that want to go deeper in learning more, I'll show you how to do that as well later on. And so we got every type of industry that you can possibly imagine, online and offline, which is great. And so I've got a question for you around your vision and your goals. Do you have your goals clearly set up for what it is that you want your social media to do or your advertising to do? Specifically, the number of leads, the number of conversions, because I'm going to show you a sales process to be able to think through the whole game, online and offline. And I think that'll help you. Do you think that might help you if you've got a picture of what you should be building? All right. Great. Awesome. Yeah, I think it'll help. All right. So let me start right over here. I'm going to be about an hour to 75 minutes. So make sure you put some time aside for that. Make sure you type or write out some of the key concepts that you like. And here's a question I always ask. When I ask a question, if you can type in an answer in the chat, that keeps me engaged as if I'm in front of a live audience on stage. So can you do that? And are you committed to your success? Because it's only people who are committed to their success that are going to achieve the results. So thank you, Sarah and Jennifer and Matt and Shirley. Awesome. So 3 things I'm going to cover today for those of you that are committed is how do you build immediate trust and rapport with your prospects? And specifically, let me get my brain over here and their brain. How do you make lots of sales without being salesy? By offering people an opportunity to step up and buy your product or service. And then how do you start the automation process for your marketing and sales so you build it once and it works for you? Does that make sense for us to invest this time together? How many of you like making sales, but you don't like being salesy? I'm just curious. That's from my friend Lisa Sasovich. She's really, really good about that. Now, here's one of the things I've discovered. We all want to buy, but we don't like being sold hard to. We want to be introduced to an offer, an opportunity that we can make a decision about, right? And so there's a process to do that. And I'll show you how to do that as well. So some of you know my work. I've had a couple of New York Times bestsellers, Having It All, Inner Size, The Answer, which is all about business growth, and the Complete Vision Board Kit. I've been in, actually it's 10 movies now. Many of you know these. I've built several multi-million-dollar companies, but more importantly, I've helped over 5,000 companies grow over the last 15 years or so. And so there's a process that I go through to build my own companies, and there's a process that I teach that involves the inner game, what's happening in your head, but also the outer game of what you do. So let me ask you a question, and I'm going to give you the answer right here, is why do so many businesses fail and fail to achieve their fullest potential? Do you agree with the 3 bullet points that are here right now? Is it a lack of knowledge and skill in some cases, right? Is it below average or average marketing and sales? And do you think maybe it's a lack of planning and systems? Do you think these are accurate. Now, of course, there's other factors, but they're going to fit into one of these arenas, right? If you don't know what to do, how to do it, when to do it, you're going to try stuff and it may or may not work. If you don't know how to do marketing, whether it's branding for your personal brand, your product or service, or how to create compelling messages that attract people and connect with people, then it may not work. And then if you really don't know how to plan and integrate your marketing with your sales process, then you're doing what? Hoping and praying that something works. So I see some of you, how many of you can relate to one or more of these? I know that a few of you have already answered. And if we can solve these, would it help you grow your business? Because I'm going to help you solve it so you at least understand what you need to do and how to do it. And as I mentioned before, I'll show you a way to go deeper with me if you like. Let me ask you a question. I want you to think for just a moment what the potential is for your business growth or for your business revenues. Is the potential for your business $2,000 a month in revenue, $5,000, $10,000, or $100,000 a month? Type in the number, okay? Type in a number versus exponential, Jennifer. What is the potential revenue for your business? Because my goal is to help you bridge that gap, get you closer to that number. So some of you, it's $20,000, $100,000 per month, $20,000 a month. Perfect, perfect. So the goal, right, is a smart CEO of your company. How do I bridge that gap, right? And so it's going to fall into one of these three categories. So I want you to start off. I want to help you understand, because at NeuroGym, our specialty is really understanding the human brain and helping people not only get rid of the obstacles that are in their way, which is going to be your limiting beliefs, your self-esteem, your fears, or your lack of knowledge and skills, which causes you not to take inspired action. But there's also understanding how buyers or prospects make a decision to either buy or not buy. Do you think it would be worthwhile investing 5 or 10 minutes understanding a little bit about what we call as neuromarketing and neurosales, and then how to use that in your marketing? I think you'd agree both are important, is to get your own mindset right, but then also understanding neuromarketing and neurosales, right? And so the first thing to understand is what is neuromarketing and neurosales. And it's the ability to understand and lead a prospect. All right, somebody doesn't know you, trust you, or like you, or even if they do know you and trust you and like you, lead them through a process by understanding how their brain processes information, messages, trust, fear, and call to actions. What is it that you want them to do next? It's also the ability to persuade them to behave in a way that leads to higher conversions during the marketing and sales process, because you're doing something for them, not to them. And here is something that I want you to just answer quickly. When you see some marketing online or offline, if you meet somebody in person, do you agree that some marketing and some salespeople, they cause you to lean in so that you can find out more? Or do they cause you to like, oh my God, they're trying to sell me something, let me move away, right? So is your marketing and is your sales process causing people to move in to find out more, or is it causing them to move away because they feel something is not right? Which one? Do you know what I'm talking about? Right? So you know, like we're smart humans. We know, okay, what the process is that somebody's trying to take us through, right? And so what I want you to first and foremost understand is I want all of your marketing to focus on how do I get people to want to come closer instead of wanting to move away. So the first rule is appeal, okay, to a certain part of their brain. And I'm gonna come back over here right now. The way that our brain processes information is all information that we're reading or hearing or seeing is processed in the instinctual part of the brain first. Then it goes to the emotional part of the brain. Then we justify logically. So if our marketing and our sales, okay, at the instinctual level, people feel like you're only trying to sell me something, boom, they move away. If people feel like What do you really want from me emotionally? Boom, they're walking away. Does that fundamentally make sense to you? Just use your intuition. Does that fundamentally make sense to you? So that means that if our brain is processing information, okay, at the stem level, okay, which is connected to the brain stem, which is connected to the vagus nerve all the way down to your gut, our instinct tells us to move forward or away before we even think. Does that make sense? So your marketing, okay, should understand that, and you should be able to create marketing that people feel in their gut, this is safe, that people emotionally feel like, I like this person, I trust this person, then they justify logically in a fraction of a second to move forward. So all of your marketing should follow this bottom-up approach versus the top-down approach. There is your first lesson, and that is what neuromarketing and neurosales does. Now, the other thing that I hope in me teaching you what to do and how to do it, that you commit to helping people, okay, for helping them, not because you're going to buy a new car, because people feel your intention. So if your intention is to help, then you are going to be able to focus on them instead of focusing on you. And when we're doing online marketing, specifically for this particular session, there's two types of marketing initiatives that you need to be aware of. And number one, all right, hold on just a second. Number one is called interruptive marketing. So if you're on social media, okay, you're not going to social media to buy something, are you? You're going to social media to go through your news feed. You're going to social media to watch, funny videos or crazy videos. You're going to social media to, connect with your friends or your family. Would that be an accurate statement? That you use social media to connect, to socialize, to have some fun, to let loose, to de-stress, right? And so what most people are trying to do on social media is sell if they have a business instead of doing something called interruptive marketing, and it's to get people's attention and to be able to develop a relationship with them over time. And I'll show you, for example, part of our content marketing strategy so that you can emulate it. Now, if people want, a solution for a migraine, if they want, a solution for a plumber, any type of service, and even a product to solve a problem, most people search for the answer. So as a business owner, you have to think about, where are my buyers or my prospects so that I can get a message in front of them to lead them through a process. And I'll show you some of the ways that we do that. Does this make sense that these two different types of marketing require two different types of methods in order to connect with people and to help them? Does that make sense? And so if you're doing the wrong type of marketing in social media, you're not going to be very successful. You might be working hard, but it really won't make a lot of difference. And if you're doing the wrong type of marketing in search, then it's not going to make a difference. You're going to spend a lot of money. So I'll show you some stuff. So when you're using social media the right way, the first thing you've got to understand is Facebook and the way people behave on Facebook is different than the way people behave on TikTok, which is different than search on Google, and it's different for why people go to YouTube. Right? So Facebook is more of a social engagement, so is Instagram. LinkedIn is more of a professional engagement. YouTube is more of a how-to engagement where people consume videos. Twitter is just a quick, what's happening right now, thoughts, opinions, etc. TikTok is brand new. I've never used TikTok. And then Google is search. So here's what you want to just make sure you understand is, don't do the same marketing on every single social media. It doesn't work. You have to match your marketing to that channel and how people behave and based on what people expect on that channel. Does that make sense? And by the way, just so we're clear, you can make a fortune on any one of these. So don't worry about missing the boat, fear of missing out. But you should know where are my buyers or prospects? What should I put in front of them to create a relationship? And then how do I take them through a process? Does that make sense so far? All right. So I want to give you some high level stuff. I'm going to give you some details as well. But you've got to get the thinking right first, all right, before you start taking action. How many of you see a few mistakes you may be making already? Hi, Yasmina. Hi, Martin. Hi, Mehari. Hi, Ryan. Right? And so your job is to find out, the process. So let me give you an example of some of the stuff that we do. For example, on Facebook, okay? So on Facebook, all right, this was, one of the posts that we made on Facebook. And most of the Facebook and social media is based on creating content that creates engagement, right? So you need to think the way Facebook thinks. When Facebook sees that your content creates engagement, Facebook opens up the algorithms to reach more people. So if I posted, for example, ABC, all right, an image with ABC, and it got five views and 0 likes, the automatic algorithms basically are going, nobody really likes this, nobody's sharing this, nobody likes this. We're not going to open up the algorithm to reach the people that are already on your Facebook page. But let's say you put, ABC, what are, or ABCDE, what are 3 words that you can create out of ABCDE? And I'm going to choose a winner to get my book. And all of a sudden, you have people that start writing words in there and engage and then share it with their friends. Now, Facebook takes what you posted, it opens up the algorithms to reach more people because they want more people on their platform because of advertisers. Does that make sense? So when you create content, all right, create content there's a rule that my friend Brian Halligan said is make content so remarkable that people remark about it. Okay, so if you take a look at this little thing that we use, the first 4 words you see describe you. People love to see what the first 4 words is. And then if you ask them, to write down what their word is, and if you ask them to share it, you can see how many people. We had 1,116 post clicks, 16,971 people reached, 537 reactions. Create things that people remark about. You're looking to build a relationship with people online as if you were face to face with them like a friend. So you want to create remarkable content so people remark about it. Does that make sense so far? This one's Instagram. The more grateful I am, the more reasons I find to be grateful. If you take a look, I write a little bit below this post says, the biggest problem plaguing businesses and life today is negativity. Make a habit to practice gratitude. Research shows, so because of our place in the world of neuroscience and neuropsychology, we put a little blurb, and then you can see 2,154 people liked it. So create engagement so that people want to share it and comment. LinkedIn. You can take a LinkedIn post, right, and unlock your limitless mind and train your brain for success. So this would be an article, that we have created to take people back to our website. Now, all of your social media should be focused on what is it that you're trying to do. So in some social media, all you're doing is creating content to build a relationship. And about 2 out of every 10 posts have a call to action. Hey, if you want to read this article, and maybe when they go to the article, then you say, hey, if you'd like a free consultation, I'll show you a map in just a moment. But there has to be a process and a reason for the post. So some of the posts, are just engagement, and then maybe 2 out of 10 has a call to action in it to take the next step. And I'll show you our marketing calendar for social media. So each place you have to think about, what am I going to put there, and then what do I want people to think and feel and do as a result of that. So some is I'm just building friendship and trust, and the rest is I'm getting people from social media into another orbit so I can have a deeper conversation with them, and I can give them the opportunity to go a little bit deeper. YouTube, we will do videos. Many of you are part of my Achieve Even More private, free Facebook page. where we do some extra training, but I do a show every Tuesday morning on Facebook on my fan page. I also stream it live via my cell phone on Instagram. And then we take that video, we put it on YouTube, okay, with a headline that people are attracted to. So 3 valuable steps to help you develop the mindset of a millionaire, right? And so you can take a look. We put that up on July 24th and it had 3,200 views. So we're creating content to build the trust, to build the rapport, to educate people, and to share with people, here's more stuff that I have if you're interested, okay, in going further, all right? Twitter, right? So Twitter, just quick. With all the chaos and uncertainty happening around us, what do you think is your biggest takeaway? Share your answer in the comment. So we're just looking to create content that's engaging on an ongoing basis on each of the channels. Does this make sense so far? And what most business owners are doing is creating content ad hoc that doesn't really make sense when you put it all together. So you want to create themes, you want to create engagement, you want to create an interactive mesh so that all of your content works together for the purpose of educating your prospects and walking them through a process that makes sense, right? So here is a little checklist for you. You may want to take a picture of this, all right, that I'll share with you. So in order to create a perfect match between your prospect, your product, your service, and not be salesy, here's the couple of things that you need to do, or actually about 7 things that you need to do. So first, every product has a specific profile of person that you can help with that product or service. So you want to create a profile of who you're going after. Not everybody needs or wants your product or service. You want to create a perfect avatar profile. And then what you want to do is ask yourself a question. What does that person, speak to one person, what does that person really want or need help with? The perfect profile, the perfect avatar, okay? You have to create, a needs analysis for that person. What are they willing to do to get the help and solve the problem? Are they willing to invest time? Are they willing to invest money? Are they willing to upgrade their knowledge and their skills? Like, what are they willing to do? Then, how specifically does your product or service meet their wants or needs? You need to write down specifically, here's how my product or my service helps their wants and needs, all right? Next part, and again, I'm showing you stuff that you need to do in order to do the neuromarketing and neuro sales, right? Because this is the stuff that's going on in their heads. So then the next question is, why should they choose and buy from you instead of your competition? What makes you unique? What makes you different? Why should they trust you and like you and buy from you? Then, once you know that, then do you have an offer that is so compelling that they can't say no? So when somebody is starting to work with you, you have to build the trust and rapport first, but then to get them over the hump, to work with you and to give you their dollars, do you have an offer that they go, wow, I have to do this to solve my problem or to fulfill my aspiration or my goal or my vision? And then if we get back to the neuromarketing and neuro sales, have you made 100% sure that they feel that it's going to be pain-free or risk-free to work with you, to hire you, to buy your product or service? And when you're thinking in these terms, I'm giving you some high-level brushstrokes of this. Now you're starting to create a buying arc or a buying methodology, all right? So you're targeting the right person. You're helping them go through the process of trusting, liking you first and building rapport. And then, and only then, can you ask for them to move to the next step. What most people are doing is they've got the process in the wrong order. All right, does that make sense? All right, I'm going to keep checking with you to make sure that that makes sense. Okay. If you don't do it in this order, if you don't take the time to think this through, then your marketing and your sales and your revenues are just not going to be as good as it could be. Can I ask you a question? Why did you start your business? Why did you start your business? And let's leave alone to make money to take care of my family, but just type in the chat. Why? Just tell me, why did you start your business? What were your hopes when you started your business? Was it to help people, or was it just to, make money, right? Does it fulfill a passion of yours? Does it fulfill a purpose of yours? Right, to create value, to make a difference, Dave. You love the topic, Jennifer. Because you want to help the masses, because I enjoy what I do. Hey, Joshua, one of the top piano teachers in the world, right? Awesome, nice to see you here, Joshua. Right, to help people, enjoy what you do. Yeah, I mean, I love to help people, and as a result of helping a lot of people, I can make a great living, and that's the whole idea. And so here is another little list for you, okay, of how you build rapport so people like you and trust you, and that you connect on as many levels as possible. When people are on social media, there's certain things that are going on in their brain. Would you agree? Is one of those things, can I trust this person or company? In the back of your mind, don't you wonder, can I trust this person or this company? Don't you wonder, does this product or service really work? Don't you wonder, will this product or service work for me? Don't you wonder, how long will it take? Don't you wonder, how much will it cost? Don't you wonder, what if I don't like it or it doesn't work? How do I reduce my risk? Aren't these the things that you are thinking about in your head with, let's say, 80% of your decisions? Well, if you're thinking about these things, does it make sense that other people are also? And does it make sense that if they are thinking these things, that your job is to help answer those? And if you're using online social media, if you're using videos or ads or whatever it is that you're using, doesn't it make sense that before you say, give me your money, you say, hey, let me show you all of the answers to these things. Let me show you systematically in an organized way without rushing you that this is my process. This is how my product or my service can help you. If you miss these points, the instinctual part of people's brains activate, the emotional part of people's brains activate, and you hear things like, let me think about it. Or people just go to the next social media channel. They just keep clicking somewhere else. And so when you are really focusing on building your business, see, listen, if you're looking to make some quick sales, I'm not the guy to teach you that. But if you're looking to build a business that is scalable, where you can go from $10,000 a month to 20 to 30 to 50 to $100,000 a month or more, then there's a process to follow. All right, so that's kind of like the social media world, that I just talked about for the last 25 minutes. And then let me go to the paid advertising, and I'll show you some of our processes there as well. And so why do you go to paid advertising? So social media can be free, but you can pay to boost stuff on social media. But you can also take content, and then by investing $5 or $10 a day, you can boost that content so it gets to more people, and then you could help people go through a process that makes them feel like they know you, like you, trust you. And then if you do all the right things, you can make them an offer, to buy your product or service and sell more people online, or take people from online to a phone call or to a personal meeting if that's appropriate and when it's appropriate. And then you can continue the process, right? And so why we use paid advertising, number one is it's fast, right? Joint ventures, organic search, backlinks take a long time. Paid traffic, you can have an ad within minutes and get feedback. You can see what works and what doesn't. You can measure it, and it's trackable because of all the technology that's available, and then it's predictable. So you can create an ad for your product or service, and you can see within minutes of putting up that ad how many people click, how many people take the action that you want to take, how many people buy or how many people don't. And then you can track and measure and iterate very, very, very fast. So if you're able to use social media, non-paid, plus some paid advertising, $5, $10, $20, $30, $50, a day or a month to be able to move things forward, you can get an extra 2 leads a day, 5 leads a day, 10 leads a day. With an extra, 5 or 10 leads a day and getting 1 more sale a day make a difference in your business, right? I've been playing the game a long time. We've gotten our machine to work where, we get between 15,000 and 80,000 leads, a month of people looking for our programs, products, or services. Now, I'm not saying that's where you can get to in 30 days, but you can certainly get to an extra 10 or 20 or 50 leads, in a week or a month, if that's what you really need in order to get your product or service in front of people. So would that help you? Because it's just a matter of upgrading your skill on how to do that. So the other reason is it's scalable, it's highly targeted, and then you can also retarget people, which means you can advertise to people. And if they take certain behaviors, like click, like read, like watch, 20 seconds or 50 seconds, if they don't buy right there, you can follow them on social media with other content to build more trust and more rapport and answer all of those questions that I showed you before need to be answered. Not everybody's ready to buy right now. Some people need a week or 2 or 3 to build the trust, to build the rapport, to answer those questions before they buy your product or service. And so you have to create, if you want to grow, a process to do this. And the more you can automate it, the better it is, because you build it once and then you just tweak and adjust it and it just gets better and better and better. Now, if you're not the type of person who thinks like this, then part of what you need to do is have templates for plug and play and how to do that. All right. I had to learn all of this because I didn't want to go around the world speaking and teaching. I want to write my books. I want to create my programs and my coaching programs, and I want to teach people. So like doing this, I love. I'm in my home office right now in San Diego. I can share it with, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, millions of people online because I upgraded my knowledge and skills to learn how to do this over the last number of years. And so there are 3 key factors for you to consider, right? When you're going to be doing paid advertising. So number 1 is, who is the right audience? Is it male? Is it female? What age are they? Do they have any hobbies or propensities? What is the right message to target them? And I'll show you how to get that right message in just a moment. And then what's the right process that I can educate them, nurture them, connect with them, and then offer them to buy at the right time. So in some cases, you need 5 minutes. In other cases, you need 15 minutes or an hour. In some cases, you need weeks. You need to create a process and then test that process to see the right combination for you. So these are 3 factors to consider. And so when you're creating the right messaging, right, I want you to write down what are the frustrations, that people who buy your product or service, what are the frustrations they're having before they buy your product or service? What fears do they have? What are their hot buttons? Meaning, what are the reasons that causes them to buy? What pain might they be experiencing? And it could be physical pain, it could be emotional pain, it could be financial pain, it could be spiritual pain, it could be any type of pain. Whenever we're looking at creating messages, what we want to do is understand what they're experiencing right now. We want to meet them there. All right, there's a specific client for that. And then we want to show them that how our product or service can help them with what they want, what they need, or what they aspire to have. And so your messaging needs to take in consideration that you meet them where they are, and then you help them along a process. Now, what if they don't have frustrations, fears, hot buttons, or pain? Well, then your marketing, okay, deals with their wants, needs, and aspirations. So this is some basic fundamental architecture for helping people, but also to be able to create all of your marketing. right? 'Cause you don't create one piece and you hope that it works. You create 3, 4, 5 different variations dealing with different aspects of it. And that's how you create your social media strategy and your content. That's how you create your ads. That's how you create whatever language patterns you use when you're in front of somebody. Does this make sense? Can you see how doing this just makes logical sense? Let me wait for a little bit of feedback here. All right, so Pamela, yes. All right, so now, once you have this, all right, an easy way to come up with content. What should I create ads? What social media should I create? Is ask yourself this: what are the top 10 questions clients or prospects always ask you? What are the things that you always get asked? Create content and ads around that. What are the top 10 questions that they should ask you that they don't? Create content around that. Then you create mini posts, you can create videos, you can do live sessions. Just on that, I've given you 20 different ideas on how to create content. Then intersperse content about you, about your likes, your dislikes, your hobbies, if you want to include your family or friends, so that people start to build some trust and rapport around you. Many of you know on social media, I post some stuff about my family, I post stuff about my hobbies and my travel and the stuff that, I like to do or eat. And I post a lot of stuff, right, on the inner game, winning the inner game and building the strategies and tactics you need to achieve your goals. So what you want to be doing is creating all of this in advance. And so we create a whole bunch of content, all right, whether it's for Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube. We just keep creating a little bit of content. And of course, I've been doing this for a while, but I want to show you the different ways we create content. On the left is an interruptive image, right? Me looking like, what? People will look at that. Or me having my hands up, people will look at that. This is interruptive marketing, right? All the way on the right, interruptive marketing. In the middle, interruptive marketing. On the left, interruptive marketing, just an image that doesn't look like a usual image for people with a little bit of content. You can see all of those are sponsored, which means these are paid ads. All right, so these are part of our paid ad strategies to reach hundreds of thousands and millions of people. All right, here are some more, and some of you may have seen these. We literally have, a variety of different ads that we have been running to test over the years. How many of you have been on the Brainathon or have seen the Brainathon? We've been doing them for 8 years, and we've had millions of people, watch the Brainathon. But all of our ads, we just keep creating more and test more, right? So this is something that you can do either yourself, or it's something that you can pay somebody to do on Fiverr to create the images for you and to write some copy for you. Some of our, social media examples, Start Winning the Game of Money, one of our neuro coaches, Mark Waldman. So we're consistently creating social media, paid and non-paid and sponsored ads, which we promote and we advertise. So we just create a whole slew of content. And what I'm showing you is examples, but what you have to be thinking about is, what is my strategy? How am I going to do what I do? If you take a look at my Achieve Even More Facebook live show every Tuesday, at 9 o'clock Pacific, I've been doing a 30-minute training. And then we have 100 or 200 or 300 or 400 or 500 people on each show. And we see how many minutes people view it, and then how many do what they do online. We can track and measure all of it, but the key is to pick the medium that is best for you. Should you be doing ads? Should you be doing video? Should you be doing a combination of it? That really depends on you, right? So this is just to give you some ideas. And then Achieve Even More, when I'm doing my Achieve Even More shows on Tuesday, all I do is I take my mobile phone, I hit my Instagram live. I have a tripod here at the house, and I just stream it live on Instagram. I'm not really techie. I click one button to go live on Facebook, one button to go live on Instagram. And then we take that video and then we post it on YouTube, because a lot of my training has a lot of how-tos like the one today. And if you take a look, at the bottom of this image, you can see 130,266 views. That was, 2017. Let me give you a little bit. Is this helpful to you? Is this helpful to you? To give you an idea, I want you to understand something. Your competition is doing this, and they're basically selling to people that you're not. So if you don't know how to do this, when would now be a good time to learn, right? So you have to understand that if you have a business and you're selling a product or service, your job as the CEO of that business or the marketing person of that business is you have to get this done, or then you're not going to have a business that succeeds. And so if you want to have a business succeeds, you have to do this at the fundamental level and then move up from there. Let me share with you a sample of one of our Facebook page and group marketing strategy. So if you take a look at, on the left, we have the objective of increase engagement by 40%, increase followers by $100,000, increase group members into the Achieve Even More group. Then we come up with, how are we going to do that, right? And then we look at what are the tools that we need, and then other comments. A simple little planning document to outline what you're going to do, right? So do monthly contests. Price can be free, 10-minute one-on-one. Daily invites for people to like the page. Share Facebook page to other platforms. Run a Facebook like campaign. You come up with the things that you can do based on the ability that you have to do it, whether time and resources. And so you want to create, social media plan. And then this is going to be a little bit more sophisticated for those of you that really want to build, a $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 a month business. Then you want to create what I call a sales process map, where you determine where am I going to generate leads, ads, articles, videos, lead magnets, social media, Facebook, Instagram, lead buying or list buying. You need to come up with where you're going to generate leads, right? And then what do you want those leads to do? Do you want to get on a call with you? How are you going to follow up? If they don't do what the next step is that is in your process, how will you retarget them online? All right. If they don't buy, do you have a nurturing sequence in place of whether it's a video or an email or anything to follow up after the initial contacts, right? This is the beginning of a simple sales process. It's excellent for professionals, coaches, anybody that's selling, a service. This is perfect. Or you could take them down another channel where they opt in to receive, some kind of an offer. All right, so they can opt in for some kind of a lead magnet, a how-to video series, a manual, a white paper, something, and then within that there's a first offer and a sale. And if they buy, great. If they don't, then you can retarget them online, or you can invite them to another training. Okay, and then if they do buy, the best time to sell somebody something else, a bigger package, is when they buy the first time. And so you can upsell them to something that they need that'll help them accelerate what they're doing, or continue it for a longer period of time. Oops. And if they don't buy, then you can nurture them. Does this make sense from a sales process map? This is a thought out process in advance that once you build it and design it for yourself, now it's a function of testing certain things to see what works and what doesn't. Now we're testing and tweaking a process. Now, when we have a process, guess what happens? Now we can focus, once we get the process right, now we can put more people in the top of the funnel. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Here's a question for you. How many of you have all of this done? If your business has room to bridge the gap, then chances are you have some of this done, but not all of it, right? And so what I would like to suggest and present to you is, I mentioned to you earlier that for those of you, all right, that want to go deeper and actually get all of this done, this coming up weekend on the 27th, 28th, and 29th, I'm doing a live 3-day training that I'm inviting you to attend if you would like. Normally I would do a live training in San Diego. And since, you know, we're all at home right now, I'm doing a live virtual training for 3 full days. So if you want to go deeper and you want to do this for yourself so that you walk out with this done in 3 days, all the stuff that I've taught you and then some, I'm going to share with you information about the event, and you can make a decision if you want to step up and get all of this done. So I call this event the Winning the Game of Business training. And the Winning the Game of Business is divided into 3 key parts. 1, your own mindset. Number 2 is your skill set. And then number 3 is your action set. And would you agree as a business owner that when you put your mindset, your skill set, and your action set in coherence, that's what's going to give you the greatest leverage to achieve the goals and dreams you have for your business? I think you know the answer to that, right? So let me share with you what we're going to be doing each one of the days, and then I'll share with you the investment to go further, and I think you'll find that the investment is way, way, way worth it. So the first morning, we're going to work on the inner game to help you identify any of the obstacles that are holding you back right now, whether it's limiting beliefs, whether it's fears, or whether it's self-image issues where you feel like you don't deserve to achieve the success you want, even though you want the success. I'm going to show you how to identify what's holding you back, and then I'm going to give you the tools to actually eliminate the mental or emotional obstacles that are in your way. Then we're going to actually work on your neuro sales and neuro marketing messages and your hooks so that you have the right marketing and positioning and branding for your product or service. And then I'm going to help you figure out which one of the 6 hats you should be wearing based on your skills and your knowledge, and which hats in your business you need to help or get other people to help you. And so that's just in day 1. Day 1 is all around getting your foundation right and knowing what to implement, what to do, when, where, and how. Day number 2, we're going to focus on helping you build, wherever you are right now, your end-to-end sales process. So you know, here's where I'm going to generate leads. Here's what I'm going to say to them. Here's how I'm going to put them through a process that makes the most sense to generate and gather as many prospects as possible and to help as many people as I can using a smart, methodical, organized process. I'm going to show you how to create some marketing funnels, okay, that take people from 100 to 80 to 50 to 30 to 10 to the 5 that buy from you. And that means you're going to need to create some irresistible offers to get people to buy from you instead of somebody else. And I'll show you how to create your own content map for all of your sales and marketing needs. And then for those of you who want to get better on camera, how many of you would like to get better on camera so that you can actually start using some of the social media tools that you may be afraid of using, like doing a video like I'm doing right now? I'm going to show you some simple ways to gain more confidence, more clarity, and more certainty so you could do, whether it's Facebook Lives or Instagram Lives or YouTube, so that you can actually step up and use one of the greatest tools, and that is video and visual processing. So I'm going to be teaching that day 2. There's so much we're going to be doing to help you really gain the confidence and the certainty to be able to achieve your goals and dreams. And Leslie, it is PST, Pacific Standard. So we're starting at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then on day 3, 99% of business owners don't have a plan. They don't have a plan on what they're going to do next week, next month, next quarter. And let me prove that to you. How many of you have a detailed plan of your next 100 days? And there's a saying in the business world, and it's called PPP equals PPP. Piss poor planning leads to piss poor performance. Piss poor planning leads to piss poor performance. Well, what I'm going to do on day 3 is I'm going to help you put it all together, and I will be able to make sure that you walk out of there with what you should be doing the following week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, so that you are actually implementing everything that you learned instead of having something, you know, in a manual that you don't use. I'm going to teach you 2 methods called the Goop method and the GOPA method to your success. And then I'll show you some automation technologies so that you grow smart. You build it once and you grow smart. All of this will happen over 3 days live, highly organized, highly interactive, with breakout sessions, work sessions, mastermind sessions with people from all over the world. And so let me share with you, when I was doing this event live, the cost for the live event in San Diego was $3,500 for your general admission and $5,000 for your VIP. What I've done for this event is I've gone into my library of what I teach my $25,000 a year clients, and I pulled out some of our best video training to create an automatic selling machine that will work for you without you having to work. The value of that's $1,500. I'm going to include that into this training. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create a special training based on all of the things that we're doing right now on Facebook to generate literally tens of thousands of leads, how we buy advertising, how we create the ads, how we do everything, and use Facebook to get a 2.5 to 1 return on our money. That means for every $100 we spend, we're currently getting $2.50 back. I'll show you underneath the hood so that you could do that. If you could spend $1,000 and make $2,500 back on Facebook advertising, would that be a good return on investment? How many $1,000 would you invest if you got $2,500 back? A lot, right? So I'm going to show you how we do that. That's going to be a training that I do after the live event. The other thing we're doing is we're recording this whole event, and we would normally sell the recordings for $500, but we are going to include the recordings in this virtual event. So the total value of this event, if you were to bonuses, would be $6,000. And here's what we did. Because we're doing this as our first time ever virtual summit, we are making this available to anybody, affordable, for $697. So you get everything that I have just shared with you that'll take your marketing and your sales to the next level. But more importantly, imagine what this will mean to you as a business owner. Will this give you more confidence? Will this give you more certainty? Will this give you more personal power? And will this mean that you know what to do, how to do it, when to do it, because you're going to be working off of a plan instead of hoping and praying that things work out? I want you to imagine what this means to your business and to your cash flow and profits. The investment is so low compared to the value of what you'll be able to do with everything that you are doing. If you pay attention to what people are doing, in the world right now in teaching people what I'm about to teach you, normally it's $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000. I want to help as many small business owners as possible. And so the general admission is $697, and you're going to get all of this stuff. Now, there's a VIP experience that about 70% of the people who've signed up are taking right now, and you'll understand why in just a minute. You're going to get everything that I just shared, plus many of you know that we have some of the most powerful brain training programs in the world, all right? And we are going to give everybody who's in the VIP experience the 9-level brain training program to help you retrain your subconscious mind and to help you develop the empowering beliefs of a multimillionaire business owner, to help you develop the empowering habits of a multimillionaire business owner, to help you develop the confidence and the certainty to be able to grow your business. We're going to include those brain training audios. I also have a student, his name is Carl Harvey, who came to me probably about 10 years ago. He became a client of NeuroGyms, and he started to retrain his brain. He started to develop a business for himself, becoming a master copywriter of sales and marketing persuasion. And he makes, he's taught people to create copy that has generated tens of millions of dollars in sales. And then he created a course to teach people how to write better copy that converts people into paying customers. Because of all the help that I've helped him with, he is going to give all of our VIP students his $5,000 copywriting course. And this is unbelievably powerful. The next thing that I've decided to do is I have several friends, as you can imagine, who are brilliant at business growth. And so I'm going to do, after the event, some bonus trainings where I invite 3 of my brilliant friends, Roland Fraser, who buys companies for no money down. He buys people's lists for no money down. He creates companies that he then sells by creating an infrastructure on the front end so that as he grows, he can sell the companies for millions of dollars. I'm going to have him show us how he does that. My friend Stephen Cox is brilliant at building a culture, okay, of growth and happiness in a company. And so he's going to teach us how does he build cultures for growth. And then the third person is another dear friend of mine, Randy Zales, who is brilliant at the hiring process. How do you hire top talent? And so these 3 people are going to come on afterwards for additional training after the event, and this will be priceless. Number 4 bonus, and this is for people who sign up right now. I'm going to do 2 live laser consulting group sessions with the people that are in VIP so that I answer every one of your questions after the event so that you have the answers to take inspired action. That's worth $1,500. I'm going to throw in 2 of my other programs, how to get more done in less time on time management and values-based living, on living your life based on the highest values. Each are $197. And then here is a surprise bonus that we just added about a week or so ago. One of my students, Mark Lack, was 23 years old when he hired me and paid me $25,000 to come to my home in San Diego and work on his business process. Mark has gone on to be one of my top students who's now earning right now $700,000 a month. He is going to be doing a live training on personal branding, and he's given us his personal branding course, which is phenomenal of how he's taken what I taught him, added a lot of stuff to it, and has moved on to the next level. This is just an idea of the course, how to reach 1 million people in 42 days, how to effectively boost and target content on Facebook. This alone, he's doing just because he is still one of my students and he's growing like crazy. So he's going to be speaking at the event as a guest speaker, as well as he's going to give everybody who signs up for VIP his program also. So the total value of the VIP experience is $1,391. And this is stuff that every business owner needs in order to gain more confidence, gain more certainty, but also to have a plan to follow for them to achieve their goals and dreams. The VIP is only $1,497. And as I mentioned, 70% of the people that are joining this event and coming to this event are taking the VIP experience. You can choose whatever is best for you. I'm trying to give people the greatest amount of value at the lowest investment to help you 2 or 3x your business this year, or to get to your first 50,000 or 100,000 or 250,000. And so for the first 50 people that buy right now, we're going to also offer a training that I just did for my $25,000 a year clients on selling using the Hill method of selling, which is a process that is really easy to follow. And it's great if you're dealing with people face-to-face or on the phones in order to make a sale. So I'm going to throw that in for the first 50 people. So I'm curious, how many of you have already signed up that are going to get this additional bonus as well? So if you've already signed up and you're coming to the event, let me know in the chat. And here's a couple of options for you. There's a pay me or a PayPal bill me later option. And that means that you can sign up for the event, qualify for PayPal financing, and not pay anything for 6 months. So you can come, learn, apply, make more money, build your processes, gain the confidence, gain the knowledge of what you need to do, and you don't have to pay anything. And that is a deal that PayPal has, which is phenomenal. And here is something else. Sign up for the event. Come for the first 2 days. If it's not blowing your mind, and if it's not everything that I said it is, you can ask for a full refund. Almost nobody has ever done. I think one person in 20 years, or 2 people in 20 years have asked for a refund at any of my events. And so This is my risk-free guarantee where I take all the risk. I'll teach you everything that you need to learn, and then you apply it, all right? So how valuable is this? A jeweler, Aaron, last month I gave myself a fun goal of doubling my monthly business, which on a good month was $55,000. Well, we came close, 110,000 in sales. I thought, I can't possibly do that, but I just started on anyway doing what I needed to do, and we did $50,000 in a single day. She sells jewelry. Bill is in insurance. I was fortunate to go through John's training for 2 years in a row. The first year I doubled my income from the previous year. Second year, within the first 6 months, I doubled my income again. Justine, I've had the best month. We've picked up 15 new clinics. She's in the beauty industry in Australia. She just sent us a few weeks back. I've done my best month ever. There's still another week and I have done over $300,000 for the month. You can't get a better deal to be able to grow your business, gain more confidence, gain more certainty, and put your business on the fast track to achieve your goals and dream. The general admission is $697. The VIP is $1,497. It's time for you to step up. I've shared with you what I can for today. If you're serious about growing your business, then you have to be serious about learning what you need to do. If we go back to why do most people fail, is because they don't have the knowledge and the skills, they don't have the right sales and marketing, and they don't have the right process. What I will teach you is how to have the right knowledge and skills, how to create the right sales and marketing, and how to create the right process specifically for your business. I'm curious, Carol, I'm glad that you are in. Thank you, Ryan. Here is something I want you to think about. I know many of you are signing up, and I want to ask you a question. For those of you that are on the fence, okay, what's holding you back from signing up? Now, I know some people might say, I don't have the money. And some people might think that not having the money is the problem. But isn't the real problem, why don't you have the money? If you focus on the cause of why you don't have the money and you fix the cause, the money will be there. But too many people are focusing on, I don't have the money, and that's controlling my thinking and my behaviors. And here's something to think about. If you don't have the right processes and systems in place, and you don't have the knowledge or skills, you're never gonna have the money. It's gonna be a repetitive pattern over and over and over again for you. So think about that. For those of you who says, it's a 3-day event, I don't have the time. It's never gonna be the right time, and everything that we're doing is recorded, so you have it as a library and you can go through it, all right, step by step, and have it for a lifetime. And so many years ago, one of my mentors asked me, John, are you interested in achieving your goals and dreams, or are you committed? And when I asked him what's the difference, he said, if you're interested, you'll come up with stories and reasons and excuses why you can't. And if you're committed, you'll do whatever it takes to actually achieve the goal and dream. So I just want you to check in with yourself. Are you coming up with stories and reasons and excuses why you can't or shouldn't? Or are you focusing on solutions of how you can? Because this is going to be giving you the ticket to your financial and business freedom. And so those are some polarities to think about. Here's what I can share with you. When you understand how to put in place what I've taught you, I have built companies into the billions of dollars in sales, into the hundreds of millions of dollars in commissions paid. There must be something that I learned over the years that, number one, makes it possible for me to do it, but number two, that I can help thousands and thousands of business owners apply it in their business. And so maybe it's time you invest in yourself and invest how to grow, and it's time to get off the fence. So all recorded, you get copies, absolutely. That is one of the questions. Does anybody have any questions? If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer it. Just type it into the chat. And if you have any questions about the event, what you'll learn, what you're going to receive, the first 50 people are going to get the sales training as well, plus a whole bunch of the other bonuses, right? And so, Matt, if you can't commit today, that's fine, but ask yourself, what has to happen in order for you to commit today and make it happen. if you're serious about it, and just challenge your own thinking and your assumptions. All right, does anybody have any questions? If you do, great. Here's a Mark Lack program, a one-day webinar like the Shorten the Gap sales webinar is an actual end-to-end product and full course. So Mark Lack will be teaching at the event, and you're gonna get access to his product that he's given every one of our VIPs, Mama Mel, all right? So he's not doing a one-day webinar, right? He's doing about an hour training at our live event, and you're gonna get his course as part of the VIP, all right? Who else has got a question? All right, in that case, I hope you enjoyed today. I hope you're making a decision to grow your business and bridge, the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Let me share something with you that may be worthwhile. Nothing is going to change in your business unless what you do in your business changes. Nothing's going to change. Coming onto this webinar, lot of great stuff. The process of repetition and doing and implementing, that's what causes your business to change. And so gathering more knowledge and information happens in the short-term memory part of your brain. But what has to happen is you've got to transfer that into behavior that yields the experience and yields the learning that causes a change in your business. All right, so if you want to go deeper, let's go deeper. Let's level up your knowledge, level up your skills, level up your processes. And imagine we are sitting here at the end of this year. And imagine you've increased your business revenues by just 50 or 100%. What would increasing your business 50 or 100% mean to you? How much more income? What does it do to your lifestyle? What does it do to your self-image and self-worth? What does it do to your confidence? If you just increased it by 50% or 100%, how would that make you feel? Right? How would that make you feel? Right? We are feeling creatures. We want to feel a certain way. And a lot of business owners feel like they're not good enough, not smart enough, can't figure it out, and they're working way too hard when there's a smarter process. And part of what my goal is to help you achieve your business goals and revenues faster and easier than ever before by giving you a blueprint to follow. So if you want to follow Blueprint, sign up. And if you don't, thank you for joining. Have a great day. I appreciate you. Hopefully we'll see you on the training Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Bye, everyone.